Hey guys, so it is Good Friday and I just wanted to share a couple of thoughts that I had. So the first thing is I signed up with my church to receive text of the time that things happened, which has been really cool and honestly has brought it to life a little bit more. So I'm really appreciative of receiving those. And so the one that I received this morning that really kind of just made me sad was at 9 a.m. When they began crucifying Jesus. And just kind of, obviously it was years ago, but knowing that the time was similar to right now, just like, just makes it different, makes it more real. So my heart's been really sad this morning. And so when I received that, I was like, you know what, I want to read about it. I want to read the Bible and read the story. And so I know it's a few times in the New Testament, but I read it Matthew 26, and then it goes all the way to 28 to the end. And I just really, Good Friday and Easter, like I feel like we really focus on the Easter part and Jesus, rising from the dead. And that is such a beautiful and amazing and happy thing. Like I definitely think we should celebrate that because that is amazing. But I know for myself that I kind of looked past Good Friday. It's not really as big as Easter and you don't celebrate it as much because it's sad and it's painful. And so I really wanted to lean into that and kind of focus and really, just be aware. And so some of the things that I wanted to share that I had read were how Jesus suffered. And so obviously he suffered that, leading up, it's called the Holy Week. And he knew this was coming. He wasn't surprised. But some of the things that I highlighted were, then they spit in his face and struck him, and some slapped him. And they stripped him, twisting together a crown of thorns. They put it on his head and put a reed in his right hand. They mocked him. They spit on him and struck him on the head. And they continued to mock him and strip him of the robe and put his own clothes on him and led him away to be crucified. Those things, Jesus didn't do anything wrong. He didn't sin, and we deserved that. But Jesus, the most perfect person, was spit on and mocked, had a crown of thorns placed on his head. I can't fathom that. I can't understand how a God would want to take that on for me. Like, I just don't understand it. And it makes me so sad that Jesus had to. But also it is such a beautiful thing, and it brings me great joy and hope to know that that wasn't the end of the story, and that he did rise, and that we get to celebrate that on Easter. But I want to lean into and just really encourage you guys to focus on what Jesus went through for us. And so it just brings me to tears knowing that someone could love me that much. We would all say we would die for people we love, but would we? Would I let someone put a crown of thorns on my head? I don't think I would. I just want you guys to, of course, celebrate. This is a great time to celebrate that. He did rise from the dead, and that is a glorious thing. But just to kind of reflect on and remember what Good Friday is about, and that there was pain and there was suffering, and he did that so that we didn't ourselves have to take that on, and that we get to spend an eternity in heaven with him. So when I remember the pain of what he went through, it makes me want to serve him even more and love him even more, and live a life that not only pleases God, but reflects him. I want to be a light, and I want to shine to others, and I want people to see a sacrificial love that doesn't make sense. Because what Jesus did what you read about, that doesn't make sense. Who would do that? Why would they do that? But Jesus did, and he did it for me. He did it for you. He did it for the whole world. So I hope you guys have such a great weekend and celebrate Jesus, even though it might look different. I'm so sad I can't gather together with everyone in church, but we have ways, and we've been so blessed with technology and all those things to still gather together. So yeah, just lean into, the truth that God did die on the cross for us, and that wasn't the end of the story. He did rise, and so now we get to spend eternity with him if we choose him and believe in him. So have a good weekend, guys.